Happy Sunday afternoon, listeners. It's me, Siera London, and I'm here with writer Michele Ingrid and author Loren, and together we are Women on Words. So happy December. This episode is going to be a little unusual for us because we're not going to be talking about one specific book. We're going to be talking about the holidays, several books, ideally recommended reads. Some of them you may have read, some of them you may not have read, but we'll be talking about books, movies, and what we're actually doing this holiday. Prayerfully, everyone is still remaining safe and well protected during the pandemic, and we're so happy to still be on the air during this time. So let me check in with my co-host, Michele Ingrid. Are you there? Hello? All right. I cannot hear Michele on the line. Let me see about author Loren. All right. So this might be a unique show today. Right now it's just me. All right. All right. So today I'm going to go ahead and get started with my picks for 2020. So most of you all know that I'm also a writer, and I have actually 3 holiday books out. One of them actually came out on Monday, and it's in my Lunchtime Chronicle series, and it's called Jolly Rancher. Now, for those of you all who followed the Lunchtime Chronicle series, you know that Messy Mandy is Messy Mandy is kind of like our mascot for the series, and she has finally gotten her own love story with a hero, and his name is Diesel Conrad. And Diesel is the perfect match for Mandy. He is the absolute perfect match. Let me see. So in the series, you have Messy Mandy, who you all know is an online gossip columnist. And Mandy, you find out more about her in Jolly Rancher. And I really enjoyed writing this story because, Mandy has been with me for many years. And so to be able to give this character a backstory and give more details about her life to the reader after spending so many years with her it was absolutely a delight for me. And as far as Diesel is concerned, just creating a hero who could handle a persona like Mandy, a very independent woman who not only works full time, but she owns her own gossip column, so she's always spilling tea on other people. And how do you connect with a woman like that? Like, what's the safe zone for a character like that? And so I had a chance to play with that with Jolly Rancher, and keep it consistent with our theme for Lunchtime Chronicles, which is having a lunchtime title. So they do some pretty interesting things with candy in that book. So I had a really great time writing that book. I'm so happy that the audience for Lunchtime Chronicles is receiving it well. I think I have my co-host on the line, author Loren. You there?
I'm here.
How are you doing today?
Oh, good. How are you?
Awesome. So we're talking about Christmas stories, and I was talking about Mandy and Jolly Rancher. Did you have a chance to read the book?
I did, and I loved it. I absolutely loved Mandy's story. It was worth the wait, and I tell you that Diesel is one sexy ass spanking cowboy. I loved him.
And that's Mandy's term for Diesel, an ass spanking cowboy. I can tell you she gets her ass spanked quite a bit in the book. So, yeah, you'll just have to read it to get the full effect. And Lisa also had a newer release in the Lunchtime Chronicles. Tell us about your latest release, Lisa.
Oh, my goodness. My latest release was Southern Comfort. And that one has been either you love it or you hate it. There's no middle ground on that one. But it is a continuation of one of my other books, Tennessee's Whiskey, where the brother Garrison shows up and puts a hit out on Tennessee's whiskey. So in this story, I decided I would give the readers a little bit of a taste of the story because they wanted a sequel, and I didn't have enough time in my writing schedule to do that. So I gave them a little peek into why Garrison did what he did and who he is as a person. And my goal was to get the reader to fall in love with Garrison. And I think I did that a little too well because now they're mad at me because of the ending of the story. It doesn't end traditionally, but it is a happily ever after.
For that
couple. I absolutely loved writing that story.
Yes. So fun. Yes, I had the opportunity to read Southern Comfort as well. I must tell you, I love the name, Southern Comfort.
Thank you.
And yeah, I love the name, and I also love Tennessee's Whiskey. That's one of my favorite books in your catalog, actually. Aww. And so it was nice to be able to get Garrison and Melina's story after seeing what happened in Tennessee's Whiskey. I'm not going to give the story away, but you know, when you talk about sibling rivalry and brother against brother, you know, that's always challenging. I think sometimes for readers, you know, we read romance and we want conflict between the hero and the heroine, but sometimes I think between the other characters, like you want everything to be perfect, and it's not always that way.
Right.
So,
especially in a mafia book.
Right. And that's what Southern Comfort is. It's definitely a mafia romance, and so it's definitely grittier, and it's on the darker side. And that's something new that you introduced to Lunchtime Chronicles. And I was happy to see the readers, you know, embrace that book and give it a chance as well. And you also put out a holiday romance this year. You want to tell us about that?
Sure. This one is Mr. Grinch's Secret Love, and this was a part of a very Alpha Christmas series. I had fun writing this, but it was stressful because of the deadline, and I have a very grouchy CEO who throws women away. He doesn't have a lot of time to cultivate relationships, so he uses his assistants to relieve his physical needs, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And once he's done, he's done. He throws them away and kicks them out. And he gets in a little trouble with that because his board of directors is like, this is a bad look for our company, and you've got to straighten up. And the funny thing is, it was a sex toy company. So, you know, like a bad look. But they remained professional. There was no shenanigans going on in the office. So they threatened to replace him if he didn't straighten up his act. And so his solution was to hire a plus-size woman because he figured, he wouldn't be attracted to her. Well, lo and behold, he didn't know that plus-size women put it out there, and he was very attracted to his new assistant and couldn't help himself.
Oh, wow.
So they ended up being in an entanglement, as Jada Pinkett would say, and they kept it a secret from everybody so that he wouldn't lose his job. And then, you know, it continues from there until he can't keep it a secret any longer.
Yeah.
I enjoyed writing Grinchy's story.
Yes. So let's see here. Michele Ingrid, are you on the line?
I have been since the beginning.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right. Well, tell us
Hey, Michelle.
what.
Hi.
All right. So tell us what you're reading this holiday, or what you're writing this holiday.
So, I've been working on a couple of holiday stories, but we won't talk about those right now. But I have been doing a lot of holiday reading. There are a lot of anthologies out that I've been that I picked up. I picked up an anthology that I'm not finished called Christmas Kisses by Sarah Rashan. And then I just got a hold of a Kobo exclusive from Talia Hibbert called Wrapped Up in You. So that is on the list for my reading this week as well. And I have to admit, I've also read, I've been on this British romance holiday story kick. So I've already read a book called One Day in December about this couple that kind of sees each other. She's on the bus, he's outside, and they have this moment. And that moment, I guess you could say, it sort of haunts them for a couple of years before they can finally get it together. And then I did read, since I know we're going to talk about what we are watching, but I did read the Robin Carr's new Return to Virgin River.
Nice.
And it was as if you had never left Virgin River. It was right back in there. And and I just started another holiday book called, I finished the 12 Dates of December, which was a really cool idea about a woman who goes on 12 dates with different guys through a dating service set up for the holidays, also set in the UK. And that was actually a lot of fun. So those have been like the main ones that I've just finished.
That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. I like the idea. Well, for a character, I like the idea of 12 days. Yeah, 12 days. For myself, I do not like that. But I love the concept of that, you know. Yeah, it is. It's kind of like I've noticed a lot of the 12 days of Christmas, like giveaways and events happening online. And so I like that it ties in with the kind of the 12 days of Christmas. I can tell you I don't want to meet 12 different men, of course, over 12 days.
It was fun. The concept was really good. I will give it to the author. It was a great concept.
Yeah, it sounds like it was. And what was the most what was the most thrilling date that appealed to you in that book?
Oh gosh, there were so many. There was hiking in a snowstorm. That was an accident. So they had dates where they went on a date for wine tasting and a date for like cookie baking. There were like all of the things you could think of. Ice skating. There was gingerbread house making, and you were doing all of these with dates. There was salsa dancing night. I kept thinking, wow, I would love to do this. Where's that dating service here for me to do it? But alas, COVID would have broken that.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, I can actually see a woman, we always have our own spin on a story once we hear it. Like, I can actually see a woman preparing for that, like looking forward to her 12 dates for Christmas. Okay, my husband's coming in here with liquor behind me, but preparing for her.
You got a new grandbaby coming in June.
Oh, I have a new grandbaby coming in June. Yay! So yes, so my son and his wife, they're expecting again. Yay! We just found out. Yeah, that's wonderful.
That's awesome.
Yes. So yeah, that is wonderful. So yeah, I can actually see a woman preparing for her 12 dates for Christmas, and then COVID hit and she's stuck. Like, you have all these wonderful plans, and now you're stuck